Hello everyone and welcome to the Chrissy B Show. Now I have Excel with me, who'll be doing news in just a moment. But Excel and viewers at home, who out there has ever had a nightmare with head lice when you were a child? Or maybe you're a parent and you've had this nightmare with your own children. Something that you went through, Excel?
No, I have to say I wasn't privileged to have head lice. Nope.
Never?
Not at all.
I remember those little brown paper bags that they used to give us if we did manage to get head lice with the shampoo and the little silver comb and stuff like that.
Nope.
No? Well, I know I'm not the only one that ever had head lice. But we're going to be talking all about this later on with the lovely doctor. And also, I'll be showing you my latest Chrissy challenge. This was one that we didn't manage to do last week because of the time ran out, but I'll be showing them my video about how to make some lovely professional looking cupcakes. And we also have Cynthia Liza Gregoire, who'll be speaking about autumn winter fashion, back to school fashion and accessories, and London Fashion Week. And we have a fitness tip from Jane. And also I'll be answering a question from one of you guys at home. But let's go to the news first with Excel.
Hello, Chrissy.
Hello.
Hello, viewers. Nice to be back today.
Yes, I've never had head lice in my life.
Well, I'm sorry. Some of us just didn't. But I sympathise with those who have, and I'm sure Dr Hicks has.
But it doesn't mean I had dirty
tips.
hair. Because, and yes, Dr Rob will be dispelling all the myths about having head lice. Won't you, Doctor? Yes, he will. Yes.
No judgment, I assure you. I'm not judging you. But anyway. We're having a bit of a mini fight in the studio.
Yes,
there you go. Why not? Well, I should start off my news clip today with something quite light and interesting. Fairly recently, a little boy squeezed through the fence of the White House.
Joking.
And it actually set off the alarms and caused the executive branch of the US government to be briefly locked down. Oh yeah, there was a dangerous person on the grounds, you see. But yeah, apparently, because people can walk around the White House, and just looking, but he was able to squeeze through. It doesn't say how old he was. He just says he was a toddler. And he managed to squeeze through the fence and run around in the grounds. And so they had to kind of, obviously, lock down.
Arrest him?
Well, indeed. Actually, a Secret Service spokesman said, we were going to wait until he learned to talk to question him, but in lieu of that, he got a timeout and he was sent on his way with his parents. Good one.
Oh, bless.
It might be
Does the president know about him? Must do.
Well, I'm sure they probably do now, but it was just hilarious. But I think it's good that not even squeezing through the fence will go unnoticed, kind of thing. Because
the security there.
This is good. The US government, I'm sure, the US feels a lot safe now, knowing that. Quick. Well, keeping it in the US of A, a certain student from Maryland excused herself from class for a very important reason recently. Do you want to guess what that is?
Who did? Sorry, I missed the first one.
A student.
Oh, a student.
Excused herself from class.
No, in your story, it's probably just started having a baby or something.
No. Well, if it was a baby, that would be normal, Chrissy. You have to think outside the box.
I really don't know. It could be anything, really.
She excused herself from class because it was Beyonce's birthday.
No. Sorry. No.
Yeah, she did. She says,
oh dear.
This is her, right? She wrote an email. She she wrote an email to her professor, and this is how it went. Good evening, Professor. I would like to inform you that I will not be in class today.
She didn't even ask, she just told him.
I'm telling you, this is it. I'm not asking, I'm telling you. Right, this is it. I would like to inform you that I will not be in class today due to this holiday. On September 4, 1981, the Lord blessed us all with the goddess that is Queen Beyonce Noel Carter's birthday. Out of respect, I will not be attending class today, the Lord's Day. For any further questions, feel free to contact me. Have a blessed day and remember, Beyonce loves you, so bow down.
Oh dear.
Really? Really? So
I wasn't aware it'd become a national holiday.
Well, this is it. So she actually now took a picture of that email and tweeted it for everyone to see. She then sort of said afterwards that she sent the email by accident, so which was why I suppose she then had to tweet it to get people's reactions. And she was like, oh, she didn't mean to. Oh, what did I just do? Oops, kind of thing. So of course, she said, look, at the end of the day, this is what she believes in, and she doesn't really care. She's an 8th grade student, by the way, with all of this, it's not as if she's she doesn't take her study seriously. However, when someone then sort of said to her, well, what do you mean? This is something ridiculous, and basically getting a lot of negativity after posting it on Twitter, she said, if you can miss class because you were partying and getting drunk all night, I can miss class for Beyonce's birthday.
Oh, okay. Oh well, what will the world come to next?
I'm just perplexed, really, but it can only be America. But following on from that, you
love America.
Well, yeah, I kind of have to, because they supply me with so much material that's just wrong, just wrong.
I've never been, but I'd love to one day.
Oh, I love it. It's very nice, particularly in the South. Nice big open roads. Well, nice big open roads everywhere, but particularly in the South. Love it.
And big portion sizes food. Which isn't necessarily a good thing, but you can sort of get and share and
you get value for your money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Notice we always have a food segment.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, that's my fault. I shouldn't come to the show hungry. That's the problem. Yeah.
Well, leading on from again the US theme, 4 students in the US have invented a novel way of preventing women from sexual assaults on nights out. Do you know what it is? You may have heard of this already.
Underwear?
I didn't say medieval times, Chrissy.
I don't know.
It's a nail polish.
Really?
That detects the presence of date rape drugs in a drink.
Oh.
Yes. The group of undergraduates in the Material Science and Engineering Department at the North Carolina State University developed a nail varnish called
amazing.
Undercover Colors, and it reacts when it comes into contact with drugs like Rohypnol.
Excellent idea.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Rohypnol, GHB, and Xanax, and I think they're all guys actually. Stephen Gray, Ankesh Madam, Tassel von Windheim, and Tyler Comfrey Maloney. Sorry, guys. Conceived the idea after forming a team on the university's Engineering Entrepreneurs Program. They said while date rape drugs are often used to facilitate sexual assault, very little science exists for their detection. So it's only after you've drunk it you kind of know that you start feeling woozy and all of that. So this is for them to sort of empower women to protect themselves from the crime of obviously their drink. Yeah. And so what happens is I think it doesn't matter what the color of the nails are, but when she stirs her drink, like if she had left it for whatever reason and she stirs her drink with her finger, the nail varnish will change color. So when he changes color, you know that you drink this back, girlfriend.
Gosh, she can get the guy reported
and then
straight
she can
away.
probably chuck it in his face or something. Sorry, I didn't say that, but yeah, chuck it in his face.
And report him first.
Yes, report him. Yeah. So the team were granted $11,250 from North Carolina State's Entrepreneur Initiative, and it aims to develop solutions to real-world challenges. So they thought this was going to be obviously a very useful way for the money, because each of them also knows someone who's been sexually assaulted. So they thought they wanted to use this towards this. So they decided to look for a way to help at least prevent this, like I said, instead of finding out after the fact. So so they won. I think they've won a showcase recently, but they're still in the process of developing it and researching it more, and coming up with a final product. Good. So it's still in the sort of, I suppose, creation stages. But yeah, it's looking good.
Brilliant.
It's looking good, which is fabulous.
Got time for one more, Excel.
One more. Ooh, I've got to do something short. Right, this is it. A fugitive who taunted police by boasting "Catch me if you can" on Facebook has been jailed.
Some people are so cheeky.
He actually put on the North Yorkshire Police's Facebook page saying, "Can you catch me?" or something. Can you guess? Are you able to catch me? I dare you to catch me. And I actually have a photo of him looking very sorry. This is it.
Oh well, looks like they can.
Well, indeed. So actually, the funny thing was, the police also posted back on that page saying, "Can you guess what happened to the wanted man who posted this on Facebook the other day?"
Good.
And he got caught when he was napping. He was at home napping when a raid got carried out at his house, and it was just literally, he's now been jailed for 10 weeks.
Do you think it was actually him putting the Facebook comment up that got him caught?
Well, probably because sometimes these people don't think about it. He probably maybe had his what do you call it, enabled. It's
like that criminal that you were talking about. That was it. You that burgled a house and then decided to check his Facebook
account on
the computer where he was robbing the house where he was robbing. And then like they found out who he was because
Exactly.
of that.
Left
That's
your
so
profile
funny.
live on the screen as you left. And this is the thing. Some thieves are just not very clever.
That's brilliant. Thank you, Excel.
You're very welcome.
But stay with us because you're going to be back later on, aren't you?
Certainly.
We're going to be talking about more things as well. So do stay tuned because after the break, we'll take a look at our fitness tip from Jane Rafter on exercises without a mat. And I'll be speaking with Dr. Rob Hicks about head lice.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back. Now, before we speak to Dr. Rob Hicks, let's take a look at this fitness tip with Jane.
Hi guys, it's Jane here with your fitness tips all about the great outdoors. As you can see, I'm out in a park and making the most of the nice summer weather. It's a little bit chilly, but it's good for exercise. What I want to talk to you about today is exercises that you can do outside without a mat. The obvious things you can do are walking and running, but there's loads you can do for toning and strength without a mat, where all you need to do is put your hands on the floor as well as your feet. Most people probably wouldn't mind that. So I'm going to crack on and show you a few things. Okay, so as you can see, I'm on wood here, but you could do this on grass or on a country path, wherever you wanted to do it. So I'm going to show you a few plank exercises. The basic one is your basic plank like this. So I've got my shoulders drawn down away from the ears. I'm making sure that my back doesn't dip down like this. So I'm going to lift up and tuck underneath. Now, even if you just did a few planks interspersed into your running, then you're getting some upper body work as well as your legs and your cardio. So say after every 10 minutes run, you could hold a plank for a minute and do some other exercises and carry on. So this in itself is a great exercise if you do just a static plank. You could add a little bit of cardio work to it by doing something like this. So if you run like this is hard work. So if I did this for 1 solid minute, I'd be nicely out of breath and I'm getting some lovely work in my shoulders as well. And all I've got on the floor are my hands and my feet, which is great. So let me show you some more plank exercises. If you pull your knee up to the outside of your elbow like this, it really works into your obliques, and those are the muscles in the side of the waist. So you could put some of these into your program. I really like these. They're called mountain climbers. An alternative to this is to bring the knee across to the opposite elbow, like this. Still working the same muscles, working the shoulders. And you can bring the knee straight up into the chest like this. And I can really feel this now in my shoulders, my arms, and my tummy. And the good thing about it is, if I'm putting this in the middle of a run, my heart rate's not dropping, because this kind of exercise keeps your heart rate going. So you could jump back up and go straight back into your run. Okay guys, so enjoy your outdoor fitness and I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Jane, my lovely. And now we have Dr. Rob Hicks to talk all about head lice. Hello.
I'm setting you a challenge.
Are you setting me a challenge?
How long can you go without scratching your head? Now we're talking about head lice.
I'm not going to do it once.
I know you're not now
because
I've
I'm
told
thinking
you.
about it now.
But you'll be surprised how many people, the moment you say the word, they reach up and they sort of unconsciously start scratching away.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. And
I'll try not to.
And you don't have to have a head lice to do that.
Yes.
Because the majority of people around the country who will be scratching their head as we speak will not have head lice. But you'll be surprised. You try it with your friends tomorrow.
All right, I'm going to mention it. I'll count the number of times and I'll tell you. All right, so let's talk all about this, because obviously it's a very common thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
I certainly remember school times.
Yes,
yeah.
I mean it's almost normal really for school children to get head lice, at least once. And head lice, what are they? They're tiny little insects. They've got 6 legs. They start off life when they hatch about the size of a full stop on a paper, and they grow to a maximum size about a sesame seed.
Right, okay.
So, and what are the problems that they cause? Well, for many people who've got head lice, they don't even know they've got them, so they don't cause any problems at all. But as we've talked about, they can cause itching, of the scalp. So you may find that your child at night is sort of rubbing their head on the pillow while they sleep, or they're scratching with their fingers, or they're in class, or they're at home, they're scratching away. But the major problem that head lice cause for your families is embarrassment, because they just feel wrongly, they feel ashamed or they feel guilty. And that's something I think we need to get rid of right from this moment onwards, because it's such a normal infection.
But how do people get them in the first place?
It's contact. So of course
Just
the head lice,
contact,
they can't jump, they can't
I'm trying not
fly.
to scratch my head. I want to scratch my head.
I notice you're sort of,
I'm like this.
you're gripping your hand.
Sorry, hang on.
Go on, have a good scratch. There we are.
Okay, got it, my sister.
They can't jump and they can't fly. It's head-to-head contact.
Okay.
So that's particularly why children between the ages of sort of 4 and 11 who are in school, primary school, get it so often, because they're more likely to come into close contact with each other, at playtime, when they're playing games and the like.
Okay. So is it then a myth about the sort of having dirty hair, unwashed hair?
Yes.
Do they prefer clean hair?
Head lice don't mind.
They don't care.
Long,
They're not fussy.
short hair, they don't mind. Dirty, clean hair, they don't mind.
Okay.
And that's one of the important myths to dispel. Because people often say, oh, well, that child must be dirty, they're unhygienic because they've got head lice.
Yeah.
It's absolute nonsense. You can have the cleanest hair and you can still get head lice.
Okay. And obviously at school, we were talking about the knit nurse earlier, weren't we? We don't have that in schools nowadays. So how can parents treat head lice for their kids, or
well, they've got the idea really is to check the hair, perhaps every week, every couple of weeks, and what you're looking for is live moving head lice. Many parents still mistakenly think that they should treat everything they see in the hair. You should only treat head lice if you see live moving head lice, and you do that by using
knit comb.
Special comb.
No, it's not called a knit comb, sorry.
No.
I've been corrected.
No,
What's
it's
it
head
called?
lice detection comb,
Head
or
lice
a bug busting comb.
That sounds more fun.
Bug busting is, and the best way of doing this is actually, you shampoo the hair.
Do you see that?
Can
we get a close up?
You use conditioner, and then using the comb, which is it is a bug busting comb. You can't use any old comb.
Yeah.
After combing out the hair with an ordinary comb to get rid of all the tangles, you use that, and you start right close to the scalp, because that's where the eggs are, and that's where
It's not got anything in this, has it?
No, that's a fresh one. And it's right near the scalp is where the lice are, because they need to feed on the blood from the scalp to survive, and you comb your way through.
And that one's got a magnifying glass on it.
I like that one because these things are small, and particularly if you haven't got good lighting, then you need to have a jolly good look to see if it's actually a head lice, a head lice that's moving. Mistakenly, people often see the white, empty eggshells, which are the knits, which are further along the hair because they glue to the hair, and as the hair grows they move further away. They're easier to see, but the ones you want are the sort of greyish brown tiny lice that are very near the scalp, and they move.
Okay. Now, is it advisable just to maybe do a shampoo every now and then, just in case, or like you'd sort of deflea a cat and all that stuff?
No,
Never.
No, don't do that, because it's not effective. It's not an effective way of preventing them. And what's happened over recent years is that people have done that, and that's meant that the head lice have become resistant to the pesticide treatments.
Right. Okay then.
So it's the only way of preventing really is when you find somebody in your household who's got live lice and you treat them, you should check all other close contacts, so family members and friends, and if your child's at school, alert the school so that they can send out an anonymous note to all the parents and say, look, there are head lice in the school, somebody's got it, can you please check your child's head? But no, don't go using the treatments as preventative treatments, because they don't work.
And the shampoo's really stinky from what I remember.
Yeah, I mean, I think things have changed. Nowadays, we have a sort of newer range of treatments.
Peach.
No, but they're what's called physical treatments, where they coat the outside of the head lice. So instead of poisoning the head lice, they basically suffocate them.
Okay.
The other way you can do it without treatments, if you want to, is you could do the bug busting technique, which is where you just comb them out. But you can imagine that takes an awful lot of discipline and an awful lot longer. But it's relatively effective if you put in the time and the effort.
And the best way to dispose of them?
Just put them in the bin.
Just in the bin, right? They're not going to
They can't really survive away from the scalp. So once they're away from the scalp, they die really, really quickly.
Okay. So one of the main messages we want to get across, and obviously, is that it's not an embarrassing to have this, that anyone can have.
I think the main message is very much, don't be embarrassed, and check regularly, and only treat if you see live moving lice.
Right, okay. Brilliant. Thank you so much for all your advice, Dr. Rob Hicks.
You're very welcome.
I like saying the whole thing. And we'll be talking about a subject again very soon. I don't know what it is yet.
It'll be a surprise to all of us.
It'll be a surprise. It probably means we don't know yet. Wait for our producers to say, right? Okay, so after the break, we'll have our fashion slot from Cynthia Liza Gregoire, and she'll be speaking about autumn, winter fashion, back to school fashion and accessories, and also London Fashion Week. And we'll take a look at my latest challenge, making cupcakes. See you after this.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to the show. Now, before we go to Cynthia with all the lovely stuff she's going to speak about, including back to school fashion, let's take a look at my cupcake challenge. We've driven to Essex today to take part in my next challenge, and I brought along a friend of mine, Raquel, and I'm just going to ask her, have you actually made cupcakes before, Raquel? No. Well, it's nice because it makes a change, because the person that I'm bringing with me, we're going to be in a team against other people, so we're not going to be against each other, so that's better, isn't it?
Yes, and they said it's easy, right?
All right, let's see. So we're going to go inside and meet the owners of the company and find out more. And today I'm here with Tracy and Shelley from Carol Cupcake Company, and we are going to be doing a little challenge, aren't we, ladies? Hello, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Hello.
Okay, so tell us what we'll be doing today exactly.
We will be decorating 6 cupcakes. We're going to learn how to make some sugarcraft decorations, and then we are also going to learn to make 5 different icing techniques.
Now tell us about how the company started in the first place.
We've always been in a catering type industry, and about 5 years ago Shelley wanted to go and do a cupcake course, and she wanted someone to go with her, and I said, well, I would go with her, and she went, you can't come with me, you have no patience whatsoever. So that spirited me on, and I went with her. We enjoyed the course that we done, and afterwards we were then teaching friends, etc., what to do, and people said, well, you really should start actually teaching people.
Okay, so I can't wait to get started. Should we begin? Yeah, okay, let's go.
We're coming up, ooh na na na, ooh na 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 na. We're coming up, ooh na na na, ooh na 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 na. It's a life on the wild, wild side, and you better be in for a ride.
Okay, overall scores out of 50. Out of 50. It's very, very close actually. In third place we have Alex and Molly's team with 36 out of 50 overall. And in second place with 38 points we have Claire and Judy. And in first place with 40 points we have Chrissy and Raquel. Well done, ladies. Well done.
Take it to the higher level like a rocket in the sky, yeah.
That was so much fun. But now let's go to Cynthia Liza Gregoire with the fashion tips. Hello.
Hi. I
How
love
are
those
you?
cupcakes. Did you eat those?
Yeah, I did.
Those are
I did
amazing.
give some away as well, but they were lovely.
Those look awesome. Okay, well, just a few things to talk about today. We are still in the midst of Fashion Week. We have London Week, Fashion Week just ended last week, and now we have Milan Fashion Week, and we still have Paris Fashion Week. So I have a few slides to go through at first. And basically just talking about our last London Fashion Week. So basically these fashion shows, press and international buyers will attend these shows as well as celebrities. You can see there in the front row, my sister took this picture, Daisy Lowe in the front there, yeah, actually. And there's Megan and Naomi Ested. Sometimes you see people, you know, that you haven't seen in a while, but you see them twice a year at these catwalk shows. Okay, but just pause a little bit on these ones. This is Peter Pilato's show that he just showed at London Fashion Week. And his theme this season was Summer of Love. Of course, we're looking at the Spring Summer 15 collection. So what he looked at was doing a simplistic silhouette with more strategically placed embellishment. And as we go through the rest of the slides here, you can see that he's done a lot of this embellishment, and like look at that asymmetrical shape on the skirt there is really, and that color is very bold, that kind of like acid kind of
nice.
colors and summer. So there's Peter Pilato there with his partner Christopher DeVos, and they are the team behind Peter Pilato.
Okay.
So yeah, that was one of the shows.
Wow.
But our outfits today, I'll just describe what I've put us in. We are still in this transitional period, but it's just so warm out, isn't it? Like
Yeah,
it's been
so
really
nice.
muggy and hot.
The
So
weather can't make up its mind.
yeah, you're showering still twice a day kind of thing. So I've chosen more, light pieces for today. So I'll start with you, Chrissy. And Chrissy's rocking a silk jumpsuit today by Month. And we have her in Sam Edelman pumps. And we have her in this gorgeous, like snake print, lovely green and dark blue silk jumpsuit. And it's just really easy, really soft. You've got the short sleeves. We paired it with some like night makeup, and we did some jewelry here, a lovely cupcake ring actually it's called, and bracelets by Feather and Stone at Questionnaire.
I love these. Hang on, let's just get them all. Yeah, here we go. You see them?
I went kind of more glamorous because
Yeah, it's lovely.
we are in Italian Fashion Week still, so it's all about the prints, it's all about the glamour. So I've put myself in an Italian designer, and it's MSGM. I've spoken about him in the summer, and I've paired it with some rag and bone boots and some sheer tights. And you can just see the lovely like digital printing on this, and it's got actually like you can see the outline of a woman. Maybe you can see the lips, the hair, and there's actually like an eyeball on the dress there. So it's very cool. Awesome. So anyways, that's what I'm wearing, and I also have a ring by Questionnaire there. But we're going to talk a little bit about back to school accessories because it's back to school. And basically I've came across this shop in, the Camden stalls where everyone, the one by Gilgamesh here, there's one called Odelinch, and she had just some fabulous leather bags that I'd like to go through for every type of student. So Chrissy's going to be my model, and I'll go through the types of students and the types of bags that you might want to accessorize yourself with. So the first one Chrissy has there is a very distressed leather, and it's a very large bag. So for the type of student who brings everything and the kitchen sink to school with them every day. So we've got
That
our
would be
lunch.
me with my laptop.
You got your lunch, you got a change of outfit, you got extra shoes in there. That's the type of bag for you. And it also has an extra strap. You can see on the sides there, we won't demonstrate it, but cool. So you think that you would be like that type of bag?
I do have one this size actually for when I'm going to work in the park with my laptop.
Do you find that
Park
when you have
cafe.
a bag like that, though, that you put more stuff in it just because it's so big? That's what I find.
Sometimes,
So,
yeah, I have known to put shoes in there. It's true.
The next one is one of my favorites. It's sort of like this dual purpose bag. So it's actually 2 bags in one. We have this like satchel just for your laptop and your iPad, a couple books, a couple pens,
cool.
a little lipstick. But this bag also becomes a backpack if you want it.
I didn't practice this before, guys, so I'm trying my best here. Try not to get caught in the
turn
wires
around,
and stuff.
Chrissy, and show us that backpack. So there we go. You got tired of carrying it as a satchel. It's on your back. So just
Love
really
it.
cool design to that. And I just love the color.
It's lovely. It's beautiful colour. I love that.
What would you say that is? Like a gray,
Like a grey green, isn't it?
green,
Yeah.
blue kind of
Yeah.
thing. The next one here we have this one,
Mm-hmm.
and this is for your minimalist. So the one that goes to school with only like a pen, a little notepad, and maybe just your iPhone, because you're going to tape that lecture, or your profs put in your notes on Blackboard. So we have this nice leopard clutch. It's also done in leather, and leopard very much on trend this season. So enjoy that.
Lovely.
Yes. I had to bring in this next one because I knew Dr. Rob Hicks was talking today on the show.
We should have got him to model it. Actually, come over here. I know you don't have a mic on, but
Look at this. Show us how the doctor
model it
held
for
the
us.
doctor bag.
There you go. Come and stand here. You can model that for us.
Isn't it?
There we are.
This is the doctor bag, right? So for those of us taking our PhDs, our masters, we're very serious about school. It's all about the doctor bag.
Hold it a bit,
It's a little bit
Does it stuffed with stuff?
not big enough for all my.
Really? Oh. That's
It's a
lovely.
lovely bag.
Thank you very much.
You're
Sorry, I just had to bring him in there. Okay.
The last one's my favorite. This is the one that this is me. This would be my
So
one.
this is 2 ways, right? So you got this
you can
one.
do it. This one the long way. This one's
can
from my
actually hide
shop
that.
actually. Questionnaire. Yeah, you can actually tuck that one in. Can we can like
Yeah.
do this kind of thing where we actually tuck it in.
Excuse us a second. Let's just. There we go. Right, hang on. Right, start again. Okay.
All right, move those fringes. Chrissy, show us how that. See, the bag like actually moves with you, and it's just really
It's lovely.
boho, really chic.
And
And then
then-
of course, yes.
See, I think I found the way to do it, you see. Hold them out the way. Put this
Yeah.
inside. It's a bit hard to do with one hand, but hold on a second. Okay.
And then flip the other one over.
Put that back over.
See, I prefer to wear it this way. I think it's very,
Hold it like
yeah.
that.
Or on your shoulder,
your
I think would
shoulder.
be like that. So, and just walk a little bit or move that a little bit. So yeah, this one here, very, very boho, very chic. And I
Love
think that
that.
one's very trendy. So that's the
it.
tag that I would give myself
Gosh, which one am I taking home today? I don't know. Let's see. Thank you so much, Cynthia.
you're
That was
welcome.
great fun.
Okay.
Thank you.
See you next
Okay,
week.
this is my camera. Okay, do stay tuned because after the break we'll have some more news and I'll also be answering a question from a viewer and the lovely Excel will be back with some more news.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Chrissy B Show, always aiming to show you the happier side of life. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back, and now it's time to answer a question from a viewer, and this one's from someone called Madeline, and she says, "Dear Chrissy, I try to get 8 hours sleep each night because if I don't, I get really moody. I don't smoke and I only drink when I'm out with my girlfriends, which is not often as I'm really busy these days. I've had cosmetic surgery to enhance my bust, but I don't want anything else done, and I go to the gym 3 to 5 times per week, but nothing I do makes me feel good and I don't know what to do." Okay, so Madeline, from what you're saying here, it sounds like you are really looking after your health well. But you know what? Sometimes people feel depressed because they're not looking after their health. But since you are, I don't think this is your case. So if the issue isn't physical, it's probably something else. Of course, you know, if you've been, make sure if there is something wrong, physically wrong, that you do go to the doctor and get all that checked out. But I would take some time if I were you to think about my life. Has anything happened in the past that's hurt you, that you've even maybe swept under the carpet and haven't dealt with? Or could it be that you don't really have any specific goals for your future? Because, you know, this can actually affect someone when they don't know what they want out of life or what their dreams are. They're a bit confused about life. That can also affect a person's well-being. So if it's something like this, no matter what you do on the outside, you know, it's not actually going to fulfill you. Because I remember, I've spoken about this before, I did so much exercise before to make me feel good, and it helped a little bit, but until I dealt with the issues inside, nothing really changed for me. So make sure that you get help for any issues that you might find that you have, and if you sort of start to see that you start to understand what's happened and the issues that you've been through, and you want to let me know what you've discovered and you need further help, then please do get in touch with me once again. And if you guys at home also have a question, I'd like to know what I would do if I were in your certain situation, you can email me on chris@chrissybshow.tv. Excel, my love.
Hello.
What more do you have for us?
Yes, indeed. I have something quite, I don't know how you would take this actually. What do you think about themed restaurants?
It might be fun.
As in, you know, kind of, obviously not just the regular tables, boring tables and chairs, but just having a particular theme.
Well, I've been on one of those murder mystery things where you have to guess the murder. I love that.
There you go. Okay.
I was quite good at it, actually. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Well, in China, the Prison of Fire Eatery has just opened up.
Prison of Fire.
Prison of Fire. And it actually makes every other restaurant look like a ball. Every dinner party is seated in a cell.
Mm.
If we cue the first photo, it would make more sense. So this is each table is in like a prison cell, like a jail cell.
Okay.
It looks a bit like a big bird cage in a sense. And then it's actually made to look like an actual prison, and people get served food through a hole in the wall. There you go. You can see a couple there enjoying.
A bit weird.
Oh yes, you know, chandelier in prison, lovely. And they actually get served food as well through like a hole in the door, sort of thing. So it looks as if you're serving an inmate through a hole in the door. But everyone has their cage. Everyone has their everything is behind bars basically. And that's the theme of the restaurant. Where
And is it popular?
Well, it kind of just opened, so I suppose it hasn't caught on yet. But however, it seems to be gaining ground because apparently it's half an hour ride from Beijing, and it opened recently, about sort of like a week ago. And the owner said he wants diners to cherish their freedom. That's why he cherish their freedom and stay away from crimes was why he opened the thing.
Really? That's kind of like...
Yeah, I was
a bit loose, like, connection there. Like, it's a bit...
Because after I've eaten my food in the cage, I can open it and go home. Doesn't really kind of stop me from committing a crime if I want to.
It's a bit strange. It doesn't sound like something that people would want to do. Why would you want to sit in a cage and have food?
Exactly.
Or pretend that you're in a prison? Surely that's the last thing you'd want to do.
Because for example, I understand the whole, like the themed dinners, like you talked about, guessing.
They're fun.
Because you're doing something. You just sit there and go, oh, darling, babe. Imagine first date. Oh, darling, yes, we've eaten in a restaurant in prison. Or it's like...
Yeah,
I didn't get it, but I just thought I'd throw it out there for our guests who...
Unless the food is absolutely amazing, in which case I could understand people going there.
Well,
but otherwise...
The food can be amazing in any other theme.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the gel bit but anyway. Right, moving on now to one of my favorite subjects about social media. Have you ever doctored a photo before you put it up on...
When you say doctored, how
well, by the use of a certain software, Photoshop.
Not Photoshop. All right, confession. When I look particularly tired, I do use a little app that kind of just smooths out your face a little bit.
Ah, she makes herself look all glossy and fine. Not that she isn't beautiful.
Can't believe you asked me that on TV, Excel. That was so mean.
Well, you never know what to expect with me, really.
Oh,
That's the flavour I bring. Well,
but I don't do it in the show photos. None of those are photoshopped. I have to say.
Exactly.
Only when I'm Instagramming, and not every time. Yes.
Well, a Dutch student took this on board because she told her friends she was going on an exotic 5-week holiday across Southeast Asia, and she never left her home.
Oh no.
She took hundreds. I can't remember how many photos they said she took. Now she took all of these photos, literally adding something she had already done into another shot of the area. I happened to just get one because I thought
Okay.
this is just ridiculous. If we cue the one where she sat with a young, you can see the photo on the left.
All right,
You can see
yeah.
her on the left, literally just sitting on a plain chair with a plain background. But she then superimposed that photo into the one there with the little Asian girl sat in the ruins of probably the ruins of a temple or something. There was another one where she actually sat on the floor beside like a Buddhist monk, but it was actually an actual Buddhist temple in Holland. She'd never actually went outside of Holland. She stayed indoors for 5 weeks, posting up all these pictures, making it look as if, there was pictures of
what was
beaches
her reasoning
or
for that? Was it a joke or was it?
This was very interesting. She said she wanted to demonstrate just how far people can use social media to manipulate the image we put out to the world.
Oh.
She said, I did this to show people that we filter and we manipulate what we show on social media. We create an ideal world that reality may not, be the case. My goal was to prove how common and easy it is for people to distort reality. Everyone knows that pictures of models are manipulated, but we overlook the fact that we can also manipulate reality in our own lives.
That's quite true, isn't
She
it?
she went to a great extent. I just thought it was, I think it rings through, it kind of rings true what she said in the sense of, because they're saying, oh my gosh, this person's got this fabulous holiday. They probably never left. And the pictures are absolutely wonderful.
Can't tell,
clear
can you?
waters, on the beach. She took pictures of the mountains, the temple and all that. And I just thought, wow, she's got skills.
Yeah.
Definitely have skills.
And she's had an imaginary holiday too.
Exactly, for 5 weeks, and wow. Well, a bit of a lovey-dovey story now I've got for you. A couple who are both in their 90s have been married for an incredible 71 years.
Wow.
But guess what? They've never gone on a holiday abroad,
No.
ever. Cue photo, please, of
Oh,
our
you're
lovely
joking.
couple.
They should Photoshop
They've
a
recently
holiday.
just packed their bags, but guess where they're going? Benidorm. Well, I suppose you've got to start from somewhere, really. Well, they're going to Benidorm.
Oh.
They're going for a week in
That's
Benidorm.
a massive adventure for
Well,
them, though, isn't
absolutely,
it?
absolutely. Because they've never left.
Never been on a.
They have. They said the only time Charlie, the husband, Charlie's 93 and his wife Madge is 91. He's been on a plane, but in the Second World War, he fought in the Second World War, and Madge has only left England once for a day trip on the ferry to France.
Oh, bless.
But they've never been on a plane outside of that.
Oh, it's just so exciting for them.
I can imagine. But now they've said after they've sampled Benidorm now, they might get a taste for travel and they're going to go to somewhere else in the world next. So go further
they should send
afield.
something like a around the world trip for them. We should follow them.
Exactly. That
around.
would be lovely. Absolutely
Oh,
lovely.
that's lovely news. Well done on them.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Do we have time for one
No,
more?
we don't. I'm
Oh,
afraid.
no.
We've run out
Alright,
of time, but
okay.
you can keep it for next week.
I can, yes.
Oh, so cute. Sorry, I'm just still thinking about the news item. Okay, well, bye-bye.
All right, I'm
Thank you for saying. All right. So we have reached the end of the programme, but I do hope you've enjoyed it and found it informative too. And if you want more information about our guests and anything about the show, you can visit the website chrissybshow.tv. Have a wonderful day and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye for now.